Good day, students. You're welcome to Civic education class. And today, we'll be talking about the causes of common crime. We'll be discussing the topic, the causes of common crime. The last time, we listed some examples of common crimes. I will go back to that again, which are murder. We said murder is the act of killing someone intentionally. We talked about a husband killing the wife or a wife killing the husband intentionally. We also talked about armed robbery. We said it is the act of dispossessing people of their belongings or possessions through the use of arms and ammunition. Examples of arms and ammunition are, we have our cutlasses, guns, and others. We also looked at the instance where armed robbers go to the bank to rob them. You can use from this instance, you see that they go to the bank to dispossess them of their money and other valuables. We also looked at rape as an example of a common crime. We said rape is having a carnal knowledge of the opposite sex. Carnal knowledge of the opposite sex. When a man has a carnal knowledge of a woman, or a woman having the carnal knowledge of a man, we say such person has committed the crime of rape. Other examples we talked about are forgery, embezzlement, contempt of court, kidnapping, and so on. So this brings us to the reasons why people commit these common crimes, otherwise known as the causes of common crimes. One of the causes of common crime we can find in our society today is poverty. What is poverty? Poverty means when you are lacking vital things or basic things of life, which are food, clothing, and shelter, amidst other things. Now, this is a situation of lack which can make people to do wrong things in order to make ends meet. And basic needs of life, like I earlier stated, are food, clothing, and shelter. When we lack this, it can make people to do things which are wrong. For example, when you're hungry, it can also make somebody that doesn't have a strong will to go into crime. Yes, and when you are deprived of some certain things, a person that doesn't have a strong will or self-discipline can go into crime as a result of poverty. Another one is family background. Family background. When a child is brought up in the wrong way, it can lead to crime. There's a Bible saying that says, train up a child in the way he should go, that when he is old, he will not depart from it. This shows that when the child is properly brought up, that child will live the kind of value or the kind of upbringing that child is used to. But a child that is wrongly brought up, you agree with me that such child will eventually commit one crime or the other. Also, children that are left without parental guidance and supervision, such child may also fall into wrong hands, and this may lead them into common crime. For instance, in our society today, we find some parents, father would have gone to his own place of work, mother too would have gone, or children that are brought from broken homes. I'm not saying all. Some of them that are brought up under guidance of anybody, or they are actually brought up in their own way and the way they believe. You discover that these are some of the children that we see committing one crime or the other. Another one we have is peer influence. This can also lead promising youth into crimes such as rape, drug addiction, armed robbery, and other social vices. Your peer mates, your peer groups want to influence you into these common crimes. Another cause of common crime we have is unemployment. This is said to happen when young school leavers and graduates are not employed. It is also said to be one of the causes of common crime. In order to make ends meet too, they involve themselves in common crime. Also, another one we have is greediness. Greediness too is also a major cause of common crime. There are some people that they are not poor, they do not lack anything, they have good parental upbringing, they are not influenced by their peers, they are also gainfully employed. Yet, greediness will push them to committing common crime. They want to have it all. For example, look at our public office holders. Do we say they don't have money? Do we say they are not gainfully employed? Do we say they don't have good upbringing? But yet, they want to amass the wealth. They want to amass the funds that are supposed to better the lives of you and I. You can see what greediness can cause. And it can also lead them to committing the crime known as embezzlement. Now, this brings us to the ends of causes of common crime. Don't forget, we talked about the causes of common crime, which is one. We talked about poverty as leading to common crime. We also talked about family background, that is when a child is brought up in a wrong way. We talked about peer influence. We talked about unemployment, and we also talked about greediness. In our subsequent classes, we'll be talking about the effects of common crime, both on individual and also on the country at large. Thank you.